Hi everyone. So I've been speaking a lot lately about the true self and the ego and those kinds of things, and I just wanted to take a moment to address what the true self really is. And there are so many concepts and thoughts and so on around awakening and this topic. But I just wanted to go a little bit further into what the true self is, what it is that we are actually searching for. And most simply put, the true self is consciousness. And what happens is that when we are born into this world as consciousness, into a body. And from there on, we start getting all of these labels and roles and identities and names and all of these different concepts placed on top of us and layered on top of us. And the more that they're layered on top of us, the more that we forget who we are. All of these things placed on us by society, by our families, by our friends, teachers, the people around us in our world, whether it's through expectations or limitations, or however it's placed on top of us, the more we believe what we should be or what we should be doing, the less we are our true self. And so many people spend their entire lives searching for this idea or this concept of the true self. But the true self is never anywhere other than where you are, because you are it. So the true self is consciousness. It is essence. And it existed long before you were born. And it will continue to exist long after you leave this body. So we spend so much time and energy on finding it that we forget that we are it. So essentially what we need to do is to stop believing that we are anything other than consciousness. I can sit here and I can say, I am a Fane, because that's my name. I am female. I am a daughter, a friend. I'm a therapist. I'm a dancer. And these are all just different labels and things that have been placed on top of awareness, on top of consciousness. And my ego is attached to them and has believed that that is who I am. So all I am doing now is coming back to awareness that that's not who I am. My thoughts, the thoughts that I have believed in and bought into my whole life, is not who I am. They come and go. They aren't permanent. And because they aren't permanent, because they are transient, it can't be who I am because I'm still here, whether I have a certain thought or not. Same with emotions. I've experienced many emotions throughout my life, whether it's a moment of anger or sadness or hurt or happiness or whatever it is, but it always comes and goes. It's always transient. So it's not who I really am. It's not my true self. I become attached to the emotions and I believe that I can't overcome them or I can't live differently. But that in itself is not true. That's just a belief. It's an idea. It's an illusion. So I'm not my thoughts and I'm not my emotions. I'm not this body. There's nothing permanent about this body. It changes. So I'm not my body. because how I felt as a child, the essence of me, is still there. And when I experience it, when I go into the experience of it, into the awareness of it, it feels exactly the same as it did back then. So there is something about my true self that is permanent, that doesn't change with my changing emotions or thoughts. And when I see that, when I see my thoughts, I realize that I don't have to buy into them. I don't have to identify with them. That doesn't mean I have to get rid of all of my roles or get rid of all of my identities or anything like that. All I need to do is become aware when I am playing those roles, when I am acting in the ways that are expected of me, to realize that it is just that, it is an act. When I am experiencing myself in action, I'm experiencing from consciousness, I'm experiencing from essence. And that essence is boundless. It has absolutely no boundaries. It's not limited. It isn't tied into any thought or emotion or any one experience of my body. It is the only thing that doesn't change. So becoming awake and this journey of awakening is about living from my true self. And the same goes for anybody on this journey. It's about living from consciousness, a state of being. It's not a way of thinking. And it's by going beyond our thoughts and seeing them play out, seeing our thoughts and becoming aware of those thought patterns and the programs and the conditioning. When we become aware of them, when we see them, what we need to do is look at who it is or what it is that is seeing them. So I'm busy speaking, and as I'm speaking, I have a thought of what to say next. And there is an awareness of the thought. So I am aware that I am having a thought which is then spoken. So what is it that is experiencing the thought? So if you take a moment, you'll notice that you're also aware of your thoughts. Something creates a thought. It comes from somewhere, we don't know where. And you notice that there is a presence, an awareness that feels at first like it's behind the thought. But there's a definite awareness of the thought. So turn your attention around, turn your focus around, and place it on the thing that is aware of the thought. Because that is consciousness. Consciousness is aware of the ego. Consciousness is aware of the thoughts and the emotions as they come and go. It's only by believing the thoughts or believing that you are the thoughts or you are the emotions that gets in the way. And we don't need to do that to ourselves, because that's where we create all of our own suffering, all of our own troubles and stress and anxieties, is by believing that those thoughts are real, by believing that the emotions are real, when the only real thing is consciousness. So when I say I am female, or I am a therapist or a dancer, or whatever it is, whatever label I use, the only real true part of that sentence is I am. There is no object to be seen, to be witnessed. The thoughts are an illusion. The ego is an illusion. And I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was Eckhart Tolle who, I watch so many videos and read so many books and things that I can't remember who exactly said what, but said something along the lines of, you are the sky and the thoughts are the clouds. So the only permanence is the real you, which is consciousness. The thoughts are the ego. They come and go. It believes different things at different times about who you are and how you should engage with the world around you. But you can't experience your true self in the world around you until you experience your true self within you. So that's the first step, is to become aware of your true self within you. To become aware that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, and you are not your body, that you are consciousness. You are the true I. There is nothing more than that. Everything else is the dream. Everything else is the illusion. And the more that we buy into that, the less we can live from our true self. So the first step, the first part of this journey is to become aware of our true self. And from there, we can move forward and we can live more and more from that place of true self. So that's it for now. And thank you for joining me in this conversation, in this video. And I will see you again soon. Have a beautiful day.